Previously on Taverns and Caverns, Nomu, Yalard, and Relinor made it to the town of Ormsa. After their arrival, they chose to visit the Rotten Snowball, Ormsa's local tavern. While relaxing with food and drink, Nomu tries an exotic and rare milk, which left him wanting more. Draft's milk. Anyway, unfortunately, that peaceful evening didn't last forever. A group of armored individuals began tracking Relinor during her trip back to her room for the evening. Thankfully, Yalar was able to catch wind of their activities and decided to check in on Relinor with Nomu. To their surprise, the party came across a group of religious zealots known as the Eternal Eye. In their attempt at kidnapping Relinor, Nomu and Yalar aided her and defeated the paladin alongside his acolytes. Afterwards, Ormsa's guard imprisoned the remaining members of the fanatical group, but before the party could fully relax for the night, the village chieftain, Aggal Stonefist, himself wished to speak with them. Episode 10, Winged Stinger of the Skies, Path B.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns, everyone. This is your Dungeon Master Haphazard DM, and last time on Taverns and Caverns, Season 3, Path B, Yalar, Nomu, and Relinoa found themselves in the Strider Valley town known as Ormsa, which is mostly ran by a group of Orenkin, which is the half-giant people of the world Reverie. And in Ormsa, they came across the Rotten Snowball Tavern, where they decided to eat up and drink, as well as get some rest for the evening before they continued south into the nation of Asya. And during their time at the tavern, Nomu was able to have some new type of milk. Do you remember what milk that was, Nomu?
That camel milk.
Camel and there's another type of milk. Very exotic here in Strider Valley.
Oh shit, what was that?
Giraffe milk.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Giraffe.
Nomu was licking that bowl up. He said,
You can't guzzle it, man. It makes you tired.
and while Nomu was enjoying the different types of milk, Yalar was caught eye of a group of 5 armored individuals in the corner of the tavern that were glancing back and forth at Yalar's group. And eventually it got late enough. Relinoa decided that she was going to get up to go to bed. She stepped out of the tavern to go to the inn. And Yalar was able to notice that the 5 armored individuals in the corner also stood up to follow Relinoa after she had left. Yalar, along with Nomu, stepped out of the tavern and found that Relinoa was surrounded by these 5 individuals. And these individuals happened to be acolytes and a paladin from a particular religious group known as the Eternal Eye. And as I explained last time, the Eternal Eye the Eternal Eye is an organization made up of religious fanatics that follow the Ring of Scions. And the Ring of Scions is basically just the 2 different pantheons of Tyrster's gods combined. You have the Octatic Divine, and then you have the Heptatic Evils. The Eternal Eye follow all of those gods, and they believe that those are the only gods that matter. Whether it be the Heptatic Evils or Octatic Divine, they don't care as long as you follow all of them in some way, shape, or form. And if you happen to have beliefs with a god that falls outside of that circle, the Eternal Eye does not like you. Most of society, truthfully, isn't really aware of the Eternal Eye. They are, I might have said they're well known in the last session. I don't remember. But for the most part, people have heard of them here and there. But as far as the general populace really understanding what the Eternal Eye's purpose is, or actually really seeing someone from the Eternal Eye, is not so common as much as it is seeing a standard cleric that just follows the Octatic Divines for example. But after finding out they were from the Eternal Eye, it seemed like they were trying to capture Relinoa for whatever reason, that reason being that she follows the Goddess Supreme. They don't seem to like that, and they wanted to drag her off somewhere because of it, most likely. Yalar and Nomu were able to help Relinoa in defeating the 4 acolytes and paladin, and after combat, the town's guard showed up along with the town's chieftain, Aggal Stonefist, and Aggal wished to speak with the 3 party members after witnessing their strength in combat. And that's basically where we left off. You guys were following Aggal Stonefist back to his quote unquote office or his house or home. And the rest of the guards were going to take care of the mess that was left in the town square. And if you remember, Aggal mentioned, along with the guards, that they don't care if these folks are Eternal Eye or not. No one is supposed to be disturbing the residents and the travelers that take rest here in Ormsa. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and start where we left off. As the 3 of you are following Aggal Stonefist back to his home, you eventually reach it. His house is fairly center of town, and standing outside of his house, you see an Oron-kin with this giant club in his hands, just standing guard. And the chieftain nods to the guard before the guard lets them into the home. And Aggal waves his hand. Again, Aggal is also an Oron-kin, and he's just much older than the guards that you've seen. Much more wise than the guards that are younger. As he waves his hand, he looks at the 3 of you. Come in, please. I will assume neither one of you will attempt anything drastic while we're speaking. I trust the 3 of you are decent travelers, and if you do attempt to lift a finger against me or attempt to steal from me, trust me, the guards will know. And if they find you doing such things, they will have you hung here in Strider Valley. Do you understand me?
Yes, sure, sir.
No trouble coming from me there, sir.
Rono is looking around. Of course. The Goddess Supreme wouldn't allow me to do anything like that anyway, sir. And as the 3 of you respond, Aggal nods his head. Good. Now, come on in. Would either one of you like a cup of tea or anything while we have a discussion? Because it is I requesting your time, and I know it is late.
You have any coffee?
At this hour, I do. Would you like some?
Please.
Do you want decaf or strong or regular?
Get the strongest you got.
I can do that. And what about you, my good Dakina? Which is
Nothing for me.
very well. And you, Miss? I think I'm okay for now. I had my share at the Rotten Snowball. All right, very good. Well, please come on in. And as he leads you into his house, the guard shuts the door behind, and you can see that his home is pretty standard. It's nothing fancy. He just lives in a stone. I don't want to call it a hut, but it is a 1-story.
A hovel.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's all made of stone. The top of his roof is the frame is all wood, and he's got hay at the top and whatnot. So it's nothing fancy, but it's nice inside. It's cozy. There's a fireplace. You know, he's got a nice little table for you all to sit at as he walks over to his chair, and he grabs, some tools as he walks over. Please have a seat. I will get that coffee started. But allow me to speak with all 3 of you as I prepare this coffee for you. What was that? Your names again, please?
Nomu the monstrous.
I'm just your lar.
No, very good. And yours? Miss Relanoa Jams Cadenza at your service, following the Goddess Supreme. He goes, you see Algal, he has no idea who the fuck the Goddess Supreme is. He kind of just pauses for a moment. Right. Well, the reason I brought you here is to discuss a few things. Obviously, the 3 of you were attacked by a group of individuals who call themselves followers of this Eternal Eye. You know who the Eternal Eye are.
Yes, I have I've dealt with them before.
Yeah, they're very rare. Very, very rare in these parts of Ossia. Truthfully, definitely rare in Ossia. I haven't really come across many. Truthfully, this is probably the 2nd time I've come across a paladin or acolyte of the Eternal Eye. Not many people know the details of the Eternal Eye. But here in my town of Ormsa, we have a code. all of those travelers that take shelter in our town, specifically ones that pay for room and board overnight, are guaranteed safety amongst the town's vicinity. Excuse me. And with the Eternal Eye attacking the three of you, well, I can assure you, the guards are now made aware of any potential travelers that might be wearing the regalia of this Eternal Eye. I guarantee you, for the rest of the evening and for the rest of the time you're in my town, you will be safe from them. You have my word. Now, we Oron kin follow different gods and goddesses based off who we wish to do so, whether it be the Octatic Divine or the Heptatic Evils or any other god that someone cares. It's a free-for-all here in Ormsa, and I would say in Strider Valley as well. We find people like the Eternal Eye, or people that come from organizations such as the Eternal Eye, we find them to be fanatics, bit of a nuisance, if you will. But I'm not here to speak of the Eternal Eye. I just wanted to assure you that you will be safe going forward now that my guards are aware of this. And don't worry about the ones that weren't killed in combat. The gods have brought them to the cells, and that's where they will stay until they answer our questions and give us a good reason for disturbing the peace in Ormsa. If they don't give a good reason, I'm afraid they'll be hung for dead tomorrow morning.
Oh, good. Those guys were annoying.
That is right. As I mentioned, we don't like it when peace is disturbed here in Ormsa. And I would assume the three of you won't be causing any trouble, correct?
I don't cause trouble.
No, but you know how to find it seems. I sense this aura from you, Nomu, the Monstrous. Particularly with a name such as that, the Monstrous. You know how to find trouble, don't you?
Just kind of flicking his eyes about.
Or does trouble find you?
I don't know, I wouldn't know.
Sure. Well, as he continues to make the coffee, Yalar, good sir, it will be done in a few minutes. Just give it some time. He comes back to the table and he sits down. Ah, my old bones. How I strive to see battle again one day. It's been a good many years since I've swung my battle club. I've killed quite a few giants with that, as well as griffins, wyverns, earth elementals, whatever the hell else is out there, harpies. Ah, to be young again. That brings me to the discussion I want to have with the three of you. My guards told me how well you fought against the Eternal Eye. Outnumbered 3-5. They had the odds on their side, but you were able to succeed. Your skills in combat are formidable. I will admit this. There is a particular problem my people have been having here in Ormsa with we'll call it a nuisance. You all know what a wyvern is. Have you seen a wyvern before?
Yes.
Have you fought a wyvern before?
Kind of stroking his chin. He shrugs.
What about you, Yala?
I don't remember seeing any in the swamps.
Not very common in the Darkfin marshes, if those are the swamps you speak of.
That is correct.
What about you, ma'am? Relno's looking up while she's sitting there. No, not really. I don't think I have not fought a wyvern before. Aren't they like mini dragons of some kind? I don't think I've seen one before. I would refrain from calling them mini dragons. That is how you piss off a dragon. They're nothing like dragons. Don't let a dragon ever hear you say that. Do you understand me, Relanoa? Oh, okay. Yes, of course. I've never met a dragon either, but I mean, I will heed your wise words, Mr. Chieftain. Well, here in Strider Valley, Wyverns, griffins, harpies, all nuisances to the people. They do combat with us, as well as the giants. There is a particular wyvern near my town to the east in the mountains. It has happened to lay a nest. Now, there's a difference between a standard wyvern and what we like to call an apex wyvern. The wyvern I'm about to talk about is one that we call Growlnox. Growlnox is a apex wyvern, if you will. And when I call them apex, what I mean by that is they're deadlier, they're faster, they're bigger, they're smarter, and they're hungrier. Do you catch my drift?
Loud and clear.
And it seems that your title of the monstrous might come in handy here, Nomu. You fight monsters. I'm assuming that's what the title stands for.
I am the monstrous. I can deal with your monster problem.
Excellent. This apex wyvern that we call Growlnox, as I mentioned, has laid a nest extremely close to Ormsa. It's already injured and killed quite a few of my people, and I cannot allow this to continue. The issue is my guards have to stay in town to protect the town from any possible giant attacks. I'm sure you've seen some giants since you've stepped foot in Strider Valley. If you haven't, then you are lucky. But because of the size of our town, we don't have enough men to send out into the mountains eastwards to find this Growlnox. However, our citizens travel back and forth to the eastern mountains to collect ore. They do mining there. It's where we do our trade. And it's really beginning to affect our miners. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Is it starting to make sense?
Oh boy. Yeah, I get it.
And you three have been the first group of adventurers that have crossed our town in the last couple of weeks that have proven yourselves to us. We don't want to send anyone out into these mountains to fight Growlnox. Growlnox has taken the lives of many of my good soldiers. So I don't wish to send any adventurers there that I think aren't worthy. However, the three of you, from what I've seen and heard, the three of you work well together. You cast magics, Yalar, offensive magics, while Nomu here has the great sword at his back, your physical frontliner. Meanwhile, you, Relanoa, I hear, are also a cleric of sorts. You cast support magic. You have a great combination of skills in your group, which is why I think and I hope that the three of you will accept what I'm about to offer you. I know you're busy, and I'm sure you're trying to get to your next destination, but think of this. Here in the town of Ormsa, if you agree to aid us in our time of need, scare away this apex wyvern or kill it, whichever of the two, you will be heavily rewarded. 1, all rest of the evenings you stay here at the Rotten Tab or the Rotten Snowball or just Ormsa in general, you will be paid for room and board. Your food will be free. We noticed that 3 of you only had 2 horses. My men will provide you with 1 horse. That way all 3 of you have one for your travels. And you will always be remembered here in Ormsa and welcomed, as well as being sent away with a grand gesture of 2,000 gold coins. How does this sound to the 3 of you? Does this sound like a job you may be willing to do?
So that 2,000 gold is the hazardous pay rate or regular?
Say that one more time. I didn't catch that.
I was asking if that 2,000 gold was hazard pay or was that regular pay?
Oh, it's both.
Well, I'm
Two.
convinced.
2,000 gold for the three of you, not each, but total. I can't offer any more than that. As you've heard, the mining operations have been halted due to Growlnox interrupting my miners.
Well, if this ground knocks is hurting people, then he needs to be taken care of. You can
Yes.
count me in.
Excellent. So it sounds like Nomu and Yalar are interested. He looks over at Relanoa. Oh, by the way, here. He pours you a cup of coffee, Yalar, as he slowly pushes it towards you. Here is your strong brew, sir. And what about you, ma'am? Are you interested in this? Relanoa's like folding her arms over her chest, placing her right hand onto her chin. She's thinking deeply. She looks heavily in thought. She quickly raises her index finger. Oh, wait! I must discuss this with my business partners. No, not Goddess Supreme, but my business partners. If you would give me 1 minute. Huddle! Team, huddle!
Oh, brother.
She places both her arms around the two of your shoulders. Come on, huddle, guys, huddle.
All right, we're huddling.
What do you guys think? You really want to do this? 2,000 gold? Help the people of Ormsa? Sounds like a good deed. The gods of the Octadic Divine would approve. I think the Goddess Supreme would approve as well. But that begs the question, we're really trying to get from point A to point B really quickly. Then again, if we don't take it, we don't get this free horse. I'd get my own horse. I wouldn't have to ride on yours, Nomu. And I think I annoy you every time I'm on your horse because I don't stop talking to the Goddess Supreme. Is that correct?
Ah, you're fine. I ignore it.
Oh, well, very good. Well, I guess it doesn't hurt to help. It'd be nice to help people in need. So is it the game plan? We strike this Growlnox together?
Yes. I don't want people to get hurt.
I mean, the 2,000 reasons were good enough for me.
Nomu's over here counting his gold, man. He's like, you already picked up 1,000 gold from the Eternal Eye, man. Greedy turtle.
He said 2,000 reasons, yo.
All right, well, I guess that works for me. All right, Sir Chieftain, Aggal Stonefist, my business partners, and I have agreed to help the town of Ormsa. And you see the Oronkin elder smiles. He chuckles a bit. Very good. It's good to see young adventurers ready to combat monsters, to protect the people. I will warn you, this wyvern is not an easy one. It's not a simple foe you'll be fighting. It's no standard wyvern. It's an apex wyvern. And if none of you have fought a wyvern before, I will give you a quick briefing. Now, as you know, wyverns can fly. They have wings. They are lizard-like creatures. Again, not mini dragons. Never call it a mini dragon. No. But the things you want to be careful of, obviously, they have claws and they have fangs. But the one thing you really need to be wary of, friends, is its stinger at the end of its tail. A wyvern can poison you. Do you know how rogues and assassins kill their targets so easily? And this is not...
I did have a vial of wyvern poison before.
So then you understand how deadly the wyvern poison can be, Nomu.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And you're dealing with an apex wyvern. One hit with its sting can knock you out within seconds. And if someone's not there to keep you alive from the poison, you're already dead. Knowing this,
Oh boy.
do you still agree on the conditions of this mission?
He gulps.
Oh, yeah, sure. We got
Well,
this.
hey, wait, whoa now, Nomu, don't forget, I am a cleric of the Goddess Supreme. I can help with poisons as long as I'm not incapacitated by any reason.
We'll just have to keep you up.
Aggal Stonefist nods. Again, this is why I think the three of you have a great team composition. Having a cleric that can help against poison is a benefit against a foe like this. Now, with that being in mind, you already paid for your night at the tavern. I'll make sure you're reimbursed of the food, milk, and sleeping pay that you've already provided. You'll be reimbursed, but only after you have shown to us that the mission is complete. You'll have to travel eastwards tomorrow morning. I would say early morning. Travel east. It takes a good 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast you are, to reach the mountains from here. Just follow the main path from town east. You'll get to the path that leads up the mountain. It'll take you about 2 days to reach the mines. Near the mines is where Growlnox has laid his nest. Midway, though, on your 2 days' worth of travel, we have built a cabin for our residents and miners that travel back and forth. You may feel free to rest at the tavern. Can't miss it. Keeps on the main path, and you'll come across the cabin, not cavern, the cabin. Feel free to use it to rest, because it's going to take you 2 days to reach the mines. I will warn the three of you. There are other things out there, other wyverns. But I guarantee you, with Growlnox being there, you won't come across another wyvern in that area. Once an apex wyvern has shown its face, other wyverns flee, afraid for their lives. But that's not the only thing you'll have to worry about. In the mountains here in Strider Valley are harpies. There are earth elementals. Typically, they will leave you alone unless they feel threatened. There are large scorpions, potentially undead ghosts that fly around from time to time. There are giants, both hill giants and potentially a fire giant if you're unlucky. I hope neither one of you come across either of those on this quest. Now, as I mentioned, it'll take you about 2 days. Are the three of you still accepting this quest?
So basically, you're telling me to leave my horse here.
I would advise that, yes, you don't want your horse being picked up by a group of harpies, or another wyvern, or being sniffed out by Growlnox himself.
Yeah, you got it. Not taking Beef Wellington.
Beef. You named your horse Beef Wellington.
Eh,
It sounds like a very juicy name. More of a reason for Growlnox to swoop Beef Wellington off his feet.
yeah, we don't want that.
No, we do not. Yalar, how was that coffee, boy?
Oh, it's delicious.
Good. Well, as I've said, you have my word as Chieftain of Ormsa. Accomplish this goal, you'll be reimbursed for your food and night here, and for the rest of your time here in Ormsa, we will pay for your lodging, and you will receive 2,000 gold. With that, that is all I have to talk about for now. Thank you for your time. It's getting late. Don't worry about the Eternal Eye. They are now in our cells, and my guards are now on high alert for any others that might try and disturb the peace.
Oh, Chieftain, sir, I have a question for you.
You may ask it.
Are wyverns considered like sentient or intelligent creatures?
That is a good question. I guess it depends on who you're asking. They don't typically, they can't speak our tongue, if that's what you mean. They are intelligent creatures, however. They aren't stupid by any means, but they are monsters nonetheless. Not a dragon, remember? not a dragon.
So are they like kobolds or something?
Nothing like kobolds. Kobolds
Oh,
are
oh,
people. They can communicate. They can talk. They can make deals with us. Wyverns are notorious for screeching, stabbing, slashing, tearing, asundering, crushing, swallowing, poisoning. Rob's just laughing. The list
oh,
goes
okay.
on.
Sounds
Oh.
charming.
So, Nomu, you can have all that meal if you want. After we get done killing it, we just need something like its wings or something to bring back.
What are you telling me for?
I know you just sometimes you get a little hungry out there.
I do.
So I'm just letting you know that if you do eat it, it'll be okay.
I'll share. Don't you worry.
Um,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Fair enough.
Guys, I don't know if we should be trying to eat any of the creatures or wyverns or monsters while we're out in the mountains.
Why not?
Well, I mean, he did just say it poisons people, and if you're not careful, you might eat part of the poison.
Don't eat the poison.
How do you know where the poison sac is, and how do you know that the poison doesn't run through its veins all over its body?
Only one way to find out. We cut it open.
That is a dangerous way, Nomu.
Hey, well, no, don't. It's for science.
Yes. For science.
He gives you a fangy smile.
You did the Broxark smile?
Yep.
Episode 1, Broxark, stabbing the rat.
Yep.
She looks at you and shakes her head. Oh, okay. Looks like I better save my spells for anti-poison.
Yalar will whisper to Relinona.
He's got to learn sooner or later. I figured this will be a great teacher.
Now, you have a point there, Yalar. I mean, we will find out. All right, well, thank you, good Sir Chieftain Aggal Stonefist. I, however, am tired. I've been traveling all day. My feet hurt. The Goddess Supreme has gone silent, which is a sign that she's probably asleep, which means I should probably go to sleep. And I am pretty pooped from all the spell casting, the Eternal Highs. I would just like to go to my room and get some shut-eye. So if you don't mind, gentlemen, have a good evening. I appreciate your time. As she gets up, she begins to walk out, and Aggal Stonefist stands. Well, that was the rest, or that was all I had to talk about. You both are free to go, if you would like, unless there are any other questions.
Nope. I'm going to bed.
Good. Your law doesn't seem like you're going to bed after drinking that. That's a powerful coffee.
Yeah. I need more of the stronger stuff. Apparently, it takes a little bit stronger stuff for it to really kick in.
Well, I hope you rest well regardless. You're going to need your strength for the battle at hand.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Well, thank you. Please go and get some rest. Enjoy your evening here in Ormsa. We will speak when you return after slaying Growlnox. And I forgot to mention, please bring back proof that you have killed Growlnox, whether it be his head, his tail, whatever. Got it?
I'll bring the head.
Perfect. We know him by his face, so that works. All right. Well, good evening, boys. It is late. I, too, am going to get some rest. And with that, he escorts you all out of his home and you all are able to go back to the inn, or that's what you decide to do.
Yep.
You all get some rest for the evening.
Yeah.
Yep. Get my level 1 back.
Yep. Everyone, please heal up completely. You're now at max HP. You have all of your spell slots back.
Yes.
Yes. Any questions before I start the next day?
Nope.
All right. Well, party is able to sleep peacefully. You both are able to, or if you do decide to sleep, you are, but you're able to rest.
He eventually goes to sleep.
I was gonna say you'll have to rest to get your spells back. So, morning strikes. It's early morning. Releno's up. She's in the inn's lobby waiting for the two of you. She's up bright and early. Actually, it's still dark out by the time she's up. And she's just sitting in a chair that's in the lobby of this inn. There's not really anyone there except for a guy that's at the desk, front desk, with his feet on the desk. He's leaning back in his chair. He's half asleep. And she's just sitting in the chair talking to herself. What are the two of you doing?
Gonna approach.
Okay. Yalar, are you...
He's just going to sit back.
Noah's gonna approach. Relanoa.
Okay.
Good morning.
Sorry. You disturbed me. I was talking to the Goddess Supreme. Good morning, Sir Nomu. Did you sleep well?
No.
Why not?
Something's off.
Well, the Goddess Supreme wishes you a good morning, and she thanks you for helping me against the Eternal Eye. Wait,
Yes.
what was that, Goddess Supreme? What was that? Huh? She is very thankful, actually, that you helped me against the Eternal Eye, so you have her gratitude.
Well, I wouldn't want you to get taken. We don't have a Liam Neeson.
A who?
Nothing.
What or who is a Liam Neeson?
It's nothing.
Okay, well, have you heard from Yalar? Is he still asleep?
Shrugs.
Did drink that coffee like late last night. Do you think that kept him up all night? We're gonna need his strength. Well, I guess it takes 2 days to get to the mountains to where this nest or mines are, so he might be okay. But we're traveling on foot, so that means we don't have horseback, which means he's gonna be tired. I saw that through stealth, Yalar.
He was trying to sneak in.
She turns around. Yalar, I see you. I hear you. The Goddess Supreme knows all.
Oh, I wasn't trying to sneak in or anything.
Were you just trying to be like a ninja?
Maybe.
Are you trying to be a Rikimaru?
A who?
Rikimaru.
I have no clue who that is.
A Hota Lube.
A who?
Who? Sounds pretentious.
That's pretentious. You know, the guy that puts pocket bacon in his pockets.
A pocket what now?
I don't know. I had a dream that, the Goddess Supreme shows me a lot of things. I had a dream that there was pocket bacon and there was a group, they call themselves the Purest Fire. Can't see their faces, but apparently they're in the continent of Ashai.
Purest Fire. Horrible name.
Horrible what name? What?
Horrible.
Damn. I don't know if Stella would like that. Damn. Cat & Co versus Purest Fire. I don't know who to win that one, man. I really don't.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one.
That's with or without NPCs. I don't know. You got Rogar on one side, but then you have Omug and Ashina Ruri on another. I don't know.
I'm more concerned about what Damien would do. Would there actually be a fire, or Damien rob them then leave?
I don't know. I feel like Hoto would catch that.
Probably.
I mean, Hoto's a rogue.
True. Very true.
I don't think
Sometimes I
he steals. I
forget.
don't think he steals like Damien though.
Nah, he barely steals.
Now, if Damien stealed his pipe, that'd be another question.
Absolutely.
Ota would know right away.
Oh yeah. Need his device to smoke his herbs.
Last session, all right, listeners. Last session we were talking about Eternal Eye versus Wrestlerism. Now we're talking about Purest Fires versus Cat and Co. All right, listeners, I need to put a poll out there. We need to see what you guys think.
Well, I need some details on that poll too. I want
All
the
right,
results.
Cat and Co versus Purest Fires. No NPC allies. 4 versus 4, strictly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Each team has a cleric. Each team has, well, not each team doesn't have a fighter. One has an artificer. Each team has a cleric and a rogue.
Both fight on their back too.
This is true. And then you have your warlock versus your bard, and then you have your artificer versus your fighter, I guess. I don't know. It's an odd combination. I don't know who would win that one. I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But maybe one day.
Make it a Netflix original.
Right. Taverns and Caverns, Netflix original. Cat
Yup.
and Co. versus Purest Fire.
Mhm.
Purest Fire! All right. Enough of our what ifs. That'll be a what if episode right there.
Oh yeah.
So as, you know, you're looking at Nomu and Relanoa Yalar, she looks up at you. Yalar, are you sure you're going to be able to travel after drinking that coffee? Did you really get some sleep?
Yes, I drink coffee sometimes to get some rest.
I just find that the complete opposite of what you're supposed to do.
I mean, unfortunately, I drink so much of it, it kind of gets an opposite effect on me.
I do have a question. Relanoa places her hands together. All of my time at the Abbey, I wasn't allowed to drink coffee. I've had coffee, don't get me wrong. But the amount of coffee you drink is outstanding. Superb. I've never met anyone that drinks as much as you. I mean, I'll have a cup here and there, but you drink it all the time as if it was water.
Mhm.
Do you have to, excuse my naughty mouth, do you have to piss all the time?
That is none of your concern.
I'm just curious with all that coffee, especially that really strong stuff. Do you actually pee too, Yalar? I don't know how it works for a Shalonian. How does that work?
You're getting awfully personal.
You must forgive me. I am very curious on the way things work in the world. The God Supreme doesn't tell me all.
Some things should just remain a mystery.
Well, okay. I was just curious. I mean, last night you did say something for science. Well, I guess this was a question for Relanoa science.
Maybe if we get to know each other a little better, but as of right now, we still have boundaries.
Understood. Fair.
You ain't
I res-
having it.
I respect it. Well, with that being the case, the chief did say it'd probably be best if we leave early, bright and early. Takes about 2 days to get to the mines. So, are you both ready to go?
I'm ready.
Oh yeah, let's get this over with. I have a job to do.
Okay, so we travel eastwards following the path straight east to the mines. Should it be pretty easy? Halfway there, there's a cabin we can rest at. And then once we get to the mines, the nest of this apex wyvern should be nearby. I'm assuming we'll find clues and hints, such as maybe footprints or something when we get there. But all right, then, I guess we can get going. She picks up her bag, folding. She gets up and grabs her weapon and begins to walk off with the both of you. And as you all head outwards of the inn, you see the guard standing there. It's a new guard from last night. And he looks at you. Going to the mines. Good luck. We wish you the best.
Well, thank you. I'm sure there won't be any land sharks there.
When you say land sharks, you speak of bullets.
Yeesh.
Oh, they do reside here in Strider Valley.
What now?
The land sharks. You can find them here in Strider Valley from time
Where?
to time. Anywhere.
I don't know.
Mountains or in the valley.
See his hair, his fur bristles.
Relinoa looks at you. What's wrong, Nomu? What's wrong with the land sharks? You seem down about it. I feel like that'd be a challenge you'd be willing to accept.
Kind of growls at her.
What's the matter, Nomu? I mean, I heard their land shark steak is really, really good.
I don't care. Where exactly are these land sharks?
As I've mentioned, they can be everywhere and anywhere here in Strider Valley.
I don't like that answer. All right, let's go.
Typically, you'll find them in the valley, not so much in the mountainous terrain, but we have seen a couple from time to time in the mountains. Don't worry, good Dakina, sir. It won't be a repeat of episode 15, Landshark Surprise. Although, if it is a repeat, you won't have Rogar with you. Breaking fourth
Yeah.
wall here.
Yeah, fine. No repeats, I hope.
And for those that don't know, the Dakina is the name of the catfolk here in the world of Reverie. We used to use the term tabaxi, but again, because I'm working on a campaign setting book, I am changing terms up. The catfolk are now known as Dakina, which is what Nomu the Monstrous is.
Yep.
The guard nods. Safe travels. We hope to see you back with the head of this wyvern.
You'll have it.
Relino begins to walk forward, with her hands behind her back. She's just kind of she's walking with a bit of a hop, a skip to her. She seems to be in a good mood. All right, well, the God Supreme's on our side, so we'll definitely get this Apex wyvern. Don't worry. As long as no one gets poisoned, and if you do get poisoned, please just shout it out. Let me know. The poison's coming from the tail, which means don't get stung by the tail. And if you get stung by the tail, make sure that your fortitude or that your constitution is high enough. Do you know what that means, guys? If you get poisoned, you feel the poison come through, try and fight it off mentally.
Constitution, huh?
Yeah, your constitution.
Hmm.
Right, no one's like, shit, constitution. I had to give you an item at the end of season 1 to give you more HP.
Yep.
Was it a belt or something? I don't remember what it was.
It is the armlet of Bear's Endurance.
There it is. How much more HP is that giving you, by the way?
I don't know, but I got 53 HP.
You're a level 7 fighter.
Yeah.
You're straight up fighter, right? I don't think Nomu veered off into any other class.
I'm Eldritch Knight.
Okay, yeah. So you're straight up fighter. That's the that's one of the subclasses for fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as the three of you continue down that path, you're able to walk for a while, and we'll do a little bit of fast travel unless there's anything either one of you want to role play or say.
No.
Yalar, anything?
No, not at this time. He has some ideas later, but for now he's gonna wait.
Okay. So as you continue your travels for a good day, it does they weren't kidding. It does take a good day or so to get to the entrance of the mountainside on the east. Once you follow the main path to the mountains, you do see there is a path that goes up into the mountains. And after a good couple of hours trekking upwards the mountain, the terrain gets much more difficult to walk. This is where being an Orinkin or a giant in general helps due to the difficult terrain of the mountain. But as you walk up the path for a good hour or so, you eventually come across a cabin stone cabin that's made of both stone and wood. Looks very similar to the housing in Ormsa. Again, they're the ones that built this cabin. And you can see on the outside of the cabin, there's nothing really there other than a small well made out of stone. It's got a little wooden bucket on the outside of it. But the cabin is a fairly common one. It doesn't have any windows. That was probably done on purpose, here being in the wilderness or the mountain terrain. But as you get there, it is starting to get late. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening. You can see the sun's beginning to lower as darkness slowly begins to encroach upon you. And with that being said, Strider Valley is not known for its large cities or towns or even really technology of the world. Even magics aren't as extreme here in Strider Valley. It's very dark. You don't have street lamps or anything like that to help guide your path on this road. You're in the mountains. The only light you're going to get is from the stars in the sky once the sun is completely gone, and the moon. So with that being the case, what do the three of you do?
Nomu's probably gonna set up a fire if we're gonna stay in the cabin.
Nomu,
Remember, Yalar can create bonfires.
Oh yeah.
well, guys, don't you want to see if we can do that inside first? There might be a hearth.
Oh yeah, we could check.
Oh, after you.
Oh yeah, I can see in the dark.
If it's dark inside.
It's dark inside. Oh, it's
Alright.
dark.
Oh, it's gonna creep in,
All right. Well,
scan about.
let me open up the map for the cabin so you guys
Oh
can-
God.
Why do you say it like that?
Oh God. You have a map for it. There's already danger here.
Right, he said, Ryan never has a map unless there's potential for battle.
Yep.
Do you see it? It's on the bottom of where you're currently at.
Okay, I see it.
Go ahead and place your characters down on the new map. Rob said, oh God, dangerous here. No one doesn't know that. As you creak the door open, it's been a couple of weeks since anyone's used the cabin. As the chieftain Aggal Stonefist mentioned, there are people who have not come to the mountains due to the apex wyvern. But when you look in, I mean, it's a fairly clean cabin. It's been left not untouched. You can see for it being a cabin, there's some supplies scattered about, but it's not messy. There is a hearth for a fireplace and to cook food. There's also a nice warm-looking bed with some animal fur on top of the bed's blankets to keep you warm. There's a giant bear pelt rug on the floor to keep your feet warm. There's a small wooden table with a couple of chairs, and that's really about it. It's pretty basic. No one's inside the cabin, though. It's dark inside, but you do notice there is also some small candles on the table to light up for some light if you need to.
This map looks great.
I know, it's a nice one, right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nomu's gonna lead Yalar by the hand to the hearth
Okay.
so he knows where to light it.
Okay. Like I said, there's no windows, so keep that in mind. There is a chimney for the fireplace, so the smoke will, leave via the chimney. But as far as the windows go, zip nada.
Follow me.
You don't have to hold my hand there, sir.
Why not?
We
What
gotta
do you
get to know.
prefer?
We gotta
What?
get to know each other first.
You do know me. Nomu.
Never mind.
Yeah, there you go. There's the heart.
He will create a bonfire there at the hearth.
As you create that bonfire, the cabin lights up and you guys can see everything I just described. It's a nice looking cabin. Well built. It's sturdy. It's been here for many years. It has its use. You can definitely see like the floor of the wood has scrapes and scratches from people using the cabin back and forth, but it is much warmer now that you've lit the hearth. And Relno shuts the door behind her. Well, I'm going to shut this door because we are in the middle of the wilderness out here in the mountains. And he talked about scorpions, land sharks, wyverns. He even mentioned ghosts. Ghosts, out of all things, here in the mountains.
Yeah, I don't know about the ghost part. Is there a bar on the door?
Let me take a look. And she looks. There is a bar on the door.
Lock it?
You got it, boss man. He said,
Oh, no.
lock it.
Oh, no one creeping up on me, man.
He said, lock it. What if it's a land shark? That ain't gonna stop it.
Oh, yeah, we're done. Yeah, ain't nothing stopping that.
She places the lock down or the bar down onto the door and tries to open it, and it's locked. She goes, "Up, I think we're good."
He exhales.
He said, "Ah." Well, Noah places both her hands on her waist as she's looking around. The God Supreme approves of this. This is actually a pretty nice place. The fact that it's a cabin made for the people traveling back and forth from the mountain to Ormsa. This is a fine idea on the people of Ormsa, if you say so myself.
Yeah, it's not bad.
He's gonna slouch in this chair right in front of us and pull out a book.
Oh. Well, what are you reading, Nomu?
Now that, I don't know if I should actually say that.
Uh-oh. Well, we got some lore coming?
Nomu, if you remember, Nomu still has Archibald's journal.
Oh, shit, he does. I forgot you are the one that picked that up.
Oh, yeah, it's still in my inventory, too.
Noah's just like on her tippy toes, kind of slowly walking over. She's gonna make a stealth check, actually. 15. She's on her tiptoes. Are you trying to be aware of her presence, or is it gonna be a passive? I'm going against Nomu.
My passive is 15.
Oh, so you know she's coming. She's trying to sneak over to look over your shoulder.
He doesn't really care.
What are you reading?
A journal.
Whose journal?
Mm.
He said,
Oh.
Yalar, help me here. Nomu won't speak up.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
Ask him whose journal is he reading? Are you reading Yalar's journal, Nomu? Did you steal that from Yalar?
Yalar has a journal?
No.
Oh.
He's about to put his journal away and look for yours.
Well, if it's not Yalar's, it's definitely not mine. It's definitely not the Goddess Supreme's. So whose journal is it, Nomu? Are you spying on someone's private life?
He's trying not to get himself in trouble with with the what was her name? Oh my God, the
evil
masked
one?
woman.
Aviris de Darkmoor?
Yeah, he ain't trying to get in trouble with her.
Well, she's not around here right now.
Yeah,
So.
she has ears everywhere.
That's true. She does. But you might be safe here.
I'm afraid I can't see.
Oh, come on, Nomu. You can tell us. Look, we're in the middle of nowhere, in the mountains of Strider Valley. Not many people come here. And we're in a cabin that has a locked door with no windows. I think you can tell Yalar and I whose journal you're reading.
Why are you including me in this conversation? I don't care.
Because you're part of the group, Yalar. Hush it.
Fine. I'm reading Archibald's journal.
Archibald's journal? Who's Archibald?
Don't ask for a surname.
Why? Is that your friend?
No.
I don't know any Archibalds. Do you know any Archibalds, Yalar? Is Archibald Nomu's long-lost lover?
I mean, that or maybe his meal.
Neither.
Well, why don't you give us a surname? Why not?
Because I want you two alive.
She looks at Yalar. What do you mean you want us alive? Is that something you shouldn't have, Nomu?
Probably. Probably not.
What does the journal say?
Information is kind of dangerous, don't you think?
It can be dangerous, but it might help us. It might keep Yalar and I safe. I mean,
So long as you don't know.
we don't know your full past. What if you have enemies coming after you and we're not aware of it? See, if you have an enemy coming after you and Yalar and I are aware of it, then we can help you.
I don't think this enemy's coming back. I think this one's gone.
All right, fine. I was just trying to see what you were reading. Fine. And she walks over to the other side of the cabin, sits down at the table. She begins to dig into her bag of holding for random assortment of stuff. What's that? Goddess Supreme? What? Oh, yeah, of course, Goddess Supreme. Yeah. She seems to be ignoring the both of you now.
Mhm.
What are you doing, Yalar?
He's just sitting. Guess he's gonna make himself some soup by the fire.
Okay. So as Nomu continues to go through that journal, Nomu, you get to read a bit more of Archibald de Darkmoor's history with some of the quests, or I should say, things he's done, not necessarily good things that he's done and that he stumbled across to attempt to bring about another fall of Raccoonra. As our listeners might know from season 1, Archibald de Darkmoor was one of the villains that made a pact with a few of the gods and goddesses from the Heptatic Evils in order to become a demonic lord. He would have to sacrifice the people of his nation, Dorwyn, and by doing so, he'd become a demon lord. Fortunately, he was stopped in the middle of that process, and
Oh, yeah.
Dorwyn was saved.
That mofo pressed the button. He said, become a demon lord, sacrifice people, pressing button.
Yep, he pressed it immediately.
Yep.
He looked at it like Dee Dee from Dexter's. Press.
Yep. Didn't even think about it.
Didn't even think about it, bro. No second thoughts.
And that's why Cat and Cole was there.
Yes, sir. But you get to read more about the shady things he was doing in order to get to the point that he was at. And the more you read it, Nomu, the more of a bad taste you get in your mouth just by how evil this guy was.
Yeah, he's basically reading it just to understand the mindset of these types of people.
Yep.
That way he understands Lord Butterfriend a little more too.
Right. And from what you gather in this, Nomu, actually, you know what? Make me a investigation check.
All right. Ooh.
A 5. So as you're reading through this, you don't get any like underlying hidden meaning to his words. But as you're reading, you just get the sense that to you with a 5, it just sounds like Archibald was just a power-hungry individual that wanted more power. He wasn't happy with just being rich. He needed more. And as you know, he was, a merchant of sorts. He was a treasure relic collector that continued to find old ancient artifacts that brought power and magic, and his need to want more of it would not stop. And as he grew older, you know that he wanted to live longer. In doing so, one of the ways to gain more power and to live longer would become a demon lord. And he didn't care who he had to sacrifice in order to achieve that. He was even willing to, in the journal, you find he was even willing to sacrifice his own children. All 3 of them.
James, what a
Vanya,
piece of shit.
Vanya, Badger, and Avirus. He was willing to
fucking
sacrifice all 3 of them.
Freaking Badger.
What's wrong with Badger de Darkmoor?
It was very eccentric, I'll say. I'll just stop there.
What? He liked playing Taverns and Caverns.
Yeah, he certainly did.
You remember what happened? For our listeners that didn't listen to that episode, Badger de Darkmoor made Cat and Co. play Taverns and Caverns, which is this world's version of D&D.
Fucking meta.
Eddie R played a character. His character died in Taverns and Caverns, the board game, the tabletop game. And as soon as his character was about to die, Badger said, "All right, Eddie R, your character died. That means you die. Editor said, no.
Yep. No.
Oh, that was a good episode.
Absolutely.
Actually, they're all fun episodes. I fucking love our shit.
Yep.
We do some stupid shit. I love it.
No one's gonna put the book away.
Yeah, you just get a bad taste in your mouth, Nomu,
Yeah.
from reading this. It reminds you a bit of Lord Butterfriend. Now, Lord Butterfriend's probably not as evil as Archibald, or maybe he is. We don't know. But the greed for money and power and wealth is very reminiscent of Butterfriend.
Oh, it runs deep.
Yes. So you do have a bad taste in your mouth just from reading it, especially when you get to the point where he is willing to sacrifice his own children.
Mm-hmm.
Especially 3 of them that did whatever he commanded, like they served without question. Well, Avirus was an exception, but we saw what happened to her in the side story when she questioned him.
Yep. Eating backhands.
Yep, he was a bastard, man.
Oh yeah.
But Vanya and Badger, they were happy to please good old Archibald the Darkmoor, and even then he was willing to sacrifice them.
Yep.
Just goes to show you.
Their allegiance meant nothing to him.
Nothing.
Just chop there on the chopping block. Didn't mean nothing.
They were pawns for his ultimate game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Stepping stones, or whatever you want to call them.
Oh yeah.
They were rounds in his magazine. whatever way of me describing it. But as you place the book down, Relanoa is still digging through her pack, talking to herself as usual. At this point, the 2 of you have come fairly used to hearing her talk to herself, and it just seems to be like rambling. Like obviously she's talking to the Goddess Supreme, but it's like nothing of like great importance. It's like she just has a standard conversation constantly with herself. She doesn't say anything that really like catches your attention too much. Like she doesn't talk about anything like dangerous or crazy like Archibald the Darkmoor would talk about. It's just random conversations she has throughout the day with herself. But as the 3 of you are sitting there in the cabin, and the fire is beginning to warm up as the sun is now completely gone, all around you, outside, there's still some trees now that you're in the mountains. I want the 2 of you. I guess tell me what the 2 of you are doing, and I'll ask for a specific role if that's the case.
Nomu is slouching in the seat. He's kind of nodding off, head tilted towards the ceiling.
Okay. Yalar?
He's enjoying his soup. He's not really. He's being nonchalant, just relaxing. His guard's not up at all.
Okay. I rolled a pretty low fucking roll. What is the passive perception for you both? Nomu is a 15, right? And
Yep.
Yalar, what is your passive?
1 sec. Passive is a 12.
All right. I rolled a 10. So you both happen to hear this. You don't see anything. You just hear it. Outside, you're not sure where outside. You begin to hear the wind billowing. And as the wind billows, you hear stone and ground shifting outside, crunching against one another. Think of like if boulders and rocks were floating in the air, spinning around in a tornado, and like slamming against each other. It sounds odd. There's no windows. You can't see anything.
The hell is that?
Hell should I know?
What do you mean? What do you guys hear? I don't hear.
You don't hear that?
Rono tries to listen. She makes a perception check. Let's see if she does hear it. All right, and she rolled my roll 20. Oh no, roll 20. No, stop. I'm not trying to print. All right. She rolled a 14. She does hear it. She stops for a moment. Huh. That sounds odd. Do you guys hear like stones slapping against each other? Like someone's throwing rocks or something?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, there's no windows, Nomu. So should we check it out? I'm kind of worried about that. It's getting louder, actually.
I guess we could take a peek.
He is really reluctant.
Ronell quickly grabs her flail. After you, Nomu. Don't worry. I got your back. She places her left hand on the back of your shoulder with her right hand on the flail. I got your back. Let's take a peek.
All right.
He draws the righteous greatsword righteously.
Righteously.
And he's gonna take a peek outside.
You
Crack
open
the door open
Make
and
me a stealth.
oh, you got it.
How loud that crack is.
Cool.
Oh,
Who the-
that's stealthy as fuck.
That's WD-40 on the hinges, buddy. Oh, yeah.
25. Bro, that door opens smoothly.
Silk.
Silky smooth. Fucking Yalar's the back with that WD-40 spraying.
Yep.
As you open the door, you just crack it a tiny bit, or do you open it fairly widely, or how
He's
do you do it?
open it like midway, enough to
Alright.
poke half his body out.
Make
Take a
me
look.
a perception.
There it is.
A 12. As you open the door, the sound gets louder. You can begin to feel the wind blowing up against the cabin and all around you in this mountainy area. As you feel the wind blow up against you, you look to the side where the sound's coming from. And as you look to your left, in the middle of the path along the cabin, you see this mini tornado spinning violently in place. It's nothing. When I say tornado and I say mini, it's probably the size of my body. Like it stands at about 5'5". It's not that wide. It's probably about 10 feet wide. Mini small tornado hovering over the ground. And as it's spinning violently, it's picked up dirt, rocks, and the earth beneath it. And as it's spinning violently, the rocks are slamming up against each other. And there are two bright white lights that peer from that tornado out of nowhere as it gazes your way, Nomu, as if they were eyes. Make me a history check, Nomu.
Oh, shit. Strife knows what this is.
18. Nomu, with an 18 history, you already know what's going on. This is a fairly common occurrence in the world of Reverie, particularly in Tirister. What is happening is the material plane, the plane that people exist in, has had a tear within it. And from that tear is where this tornado is standing. And through that tear, energy has seeped out from the elemental plane. And from that elemental plane, this energy that seeps out, it takes on whatever the environment, terrain around it happens to be. Nomu, you understand that this is an elemental coming through from the elemental plane into the material plane. An earth elemental is being formed
Man.
in front of the cabin. And again, you being a traveler and a well-known monster hunter, this is a common occurrence. It's normal. This happens. But, people typically avoid these when they do happen because, for the most part, elementals are neutral. They're not good. They're not evil. But if you are in their zone, they may take offense to that. They may not like you in their territory. But as you stare there watching it, there's no stopping this. There's a tear in the plane. It's happening. The energy has seeped through the elemental plane. It is now in your material plane. An earth elemental is forming. What do you do?
Nomu's going to close the door and hope he goes by since he doesn't want to threaten him.
Right. Ronell looks at you. What? No. Was that scary? You shut the door like that?
Yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and shut this.
What was it? What did you see?
Earth elemental forming.
Earth elemental?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. let's hope it doesn't find the cabin to be an issue.
See, I thought it was a will-o'-the-wisp at first.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with the lights,
Yeah.
the two white lights. Yeah. Well, in this case, the earth elemental has bright white eyes coming from the stone that formed for its body. And the earth elemental slowly begins to grow rocky legs as far as its bipedal legs go. And then it has two stone arms that burst from the body's sides. It doesn't have a neck. The face just forms on top of the chest or the cavity of the body as the white eyes begin to peer out. And the movement of that tornado and the rocks slamming against each other eventually comes to an end. But in place of that sound, the three of you can now hear this
Oof. Oof.
every time the feet of this elemental hit the ground as it's walking. It seems to be walking towards the cabin.
Oof. Oof.
It gets closer. It sounds closer. What do you
Oh
do?
boy. Yalar, what do you want to do?
I want to just hit here and enjoy my soup.
I mean, if he sound like he's coming here, where you can't enjoy your soup.
I mean, what do you want to do about it?
I have the door closed. I'm hoping he goes away.
Well,
We don't-
then we'll just do that. And if he goes away, great. And we'll just cross that bridge if he decides to come in or knock.
We'll treat him like eternal eyes witness.
What?
Eternal eyes witness.
Sure.
He gets closer to the door. You hear him
Now-
coming.
Oof. Oof.
But he does not, or I should say, it does not necessarily like slam up against the door or the side of the cabin at all. It's extremely close, though. You can hear the rocks falling off of its body and the stone rubbing up against one another as its body moves towards the door. Placing a hand against the stone of the cabin, the earth elemental seems to be intrigued by the stone that is on the outside of the cabin. Do you all try to stay quiet? I will say if that's the case, I need stealth checks because it potentially hear you inside if you're not quiet.
Yeah, he's gonna roll stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you're slurping too loud on that goddamn soup.
He's over here fucking eating ramen and shit.
Yeah.
Let me make a stealth for Rolanoa. Oh,
Oh man.
as Yalar is slurping his soup, Rolanoa steps back and she doesn't realize that there's some equipment on the ground. She ends up stepping on it and she trips, or I should say slips, falls on her back, and makes a loud thump sound. As that happens, Nomu, you hear movement right behind the door. Stone shifting. There is a little peephole in the door. Would you like to look through it?
Yeah, he's gonna look.
As you look in the little peephole, staring at you is the earth elemental just glaring through the peephole. And its right hand moves upwards and slams against the door, attempting to break it because it heard Yalar and Relnoa.
Ah,
He kind of falls back on his ass.
As you hear this loud, it goes silent. A few seconds later, again, it slams up against the door. You can see the bar is beginning to weaken on the door.
all right, I'm gonna deal with this. You gotta go away.
Noma's going to open the door and stab through.
Okay. As you open the door, make me that attack roll.
All right.
I'm going to say this right now. If it did not hear Yalar and Relano, it would have continued walking. It wouldn't have cared. But because it heard you guys, it got annoyed.
Damn.
It didn't like that slurping.
Damn, we got offended immediately.
The slurping reminded of a water elemental. It got pissed.
Oh,
All right, a 20 will hit for 13 damage. You stab out the door, and your great sword just pierces the earth elemental. And as it does so, your great sword is considered magical. So it does bypass some of its resistances. With that, Nomu, do you stab again? Because you have 2 attacks.
Yep. He's stabbing again. Oh no.
All right. This time a 10 unfortunately bounces off of the earth elemental's body, and it growls out as a mouth forms on its body beneath the eyes, and you just hear the churning of stone and dirt. It doesn't really make like a speech or anything. It just the stone's churning. The left hand grabs onto the door, holding it open now. We're rolling initiative.
Oh boy.
All right. Give me a second. Let me get initiative up. Give me one hot second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
You
all
get it.
right.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Nomu got startled when he held the door open.
Oh, no. All right, let me. Oh, no. Yalar with an 11, Nomu with a 5, Relano with a 2. All right, let's roll for. Oh, that's not for Relano, that's for the monster. Oh, well, there you go.
Huh.
11, 5, 7, 4. Earth Elementals last. We'll start the round off here. Yalar, you see Nomu stabs at the Earth Elemental. What are you doing?
Eldritch Blast.
All right. 13, you shoot at the Earth Elemental. Unfortunately, you need to hit higher than that. So the Eldritch Blast does not hit.
Move, you law.
Not you are.
Damn.
No move.
You get another blast, though, because you're level 7.
Oh.
26 will hit for 2 force damage. As your Eldritch Blast flies through the door, it slams against the rocky elemental, and you see some of the rocks fly off of its body, and it just glares at you. Anything else, Ilar?
No, that's it.
Nomu, it's your turn again.
Shouldn't be Relanoa. She got the higher.
Oh, wait. Sorry. You're right. I had the order wrong. It's Relanoa's turn. Relanoa just lets out a deep sigh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's not poison. It's not the wyvern. She places her left hand into the air. Goddess Supreme, bless us. And she's going to cast Bless. And all 3 of you are now blessed. You get to add a d4 to your saving throws and your attack rolls if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
So I'll put a little icon, yellow icon. You are now blessed. You got that support on you. And that will be her turn. Nomu, what are you doing?
I need to get this guy away from the door, but I don't think he's gonna move. Nomu's gonna get a little close,
Oh, God.
and then he's gonna slash with the righteous greatsword.
12
Oh.
misses. It swings its rocky arm, blocking the greatsword. No damage.
He rebounds, comes back with the stab.
26 will hit for 15 damage. As you cut into the torso of this elemental, you see more chunks of rock fling off of it. It glares at you angrily. Anything else, Nomu?
Nope, it's gonna yell at it. Go away!
It's going to try and attack you, Nomu. It's attempting to slam up against you. And with that, let me roll its attack. It rolled a 15. Does that hit?
Miss.
As it misses, the second one's attempt to grab you at this point. 21. Will that hit your AC?
Yeah. Ah!
So with that, as he's attempting to grab you, he does. He grabs onto your breastplate or whatever armor you have on. And I need you to make me either an acrobatics or an athletics.
We're gonna do acrobatics.
Roll 15. I got a 16. One above you. You
Damn.
find yourself being yoinked off the ground. He pulls you out of the cabin.
Ah!
And he slams you behind him into the ground. And I'm going to roll some damage. And you are taking 11 bludgeoning damage as you slam up against the ground.
Oh.
And it turns its head or its body looking down at you. And that's its turn. Yalar, you see Nomu is no longer in the cabin with you.
Got yeeted, man.
You did get yeeted. I just picture the earth elemental slamming you over its shoulder into the ground like fucking Final Fight shit.
I got yanked out of that cabin like Will Smith in Men in Black. Snatched up.
He's about to throw you if you're not careful. The fucking
Yeah.
little cricket, man. He's gonna blast you. All right, Yalar, what you doing?
All right. Oh my God.
That's a natural 1, but an 8 total. It misses. 18 will hit for 6 force damage. As you shoot your Eldritch Blast, it hits the back of the Elemental, and it glances at you momentarily, Yalar. You've pissed it off, but it's also glaring down at Nomu afterwards. Do you do anything else?
Yeah, he's gonna get closer.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. With that, you hear Nomu, you hear Relano kind of shout out because Yalar and Relano can't see you at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Nomu, are you okay out there?
Yes, I'm fine.
All right, cool. Yalar, watch out. She holds her hand out as she begins to summon a spell attack. She is going to cast Guiding Bolt. So let's shoot her Guiding Bolt out. And oh my God. Y'all see that, right? She rolled a 9.
Oh boy.
That's a miss. Her Guiding Bolt slams up against the back of the Earth Elemental, and before it can actually do any damage, the energy is dispersed. And Relano just goes, shoot. Sorry, Nomu, I tried. And I'm not going to attempt to use the D4 on her bless on that because it's not going to help. Not with a 9. Nomu, it's your turn. You're on the ground, prone, by the way.
Yep. Nomu is going to trace a sigil on the ground, and he's going to hold his wrist and use Sword Burst.
Oh, okay. The dexterity saving throw then, I think, on its part. Let me make that saving throw. And it has a 4 dex because of it being an earth elemental.
Should be 14.
Is it 14? Okay.
Yep.
I rolled a 12. It failed, so it takes 11 force damage.
Yep.
All right, cool.
And since it's war magic, I get to use an attack. Well, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up, then attack.
All right. And I believe with your attack, you only get 1 attack, I think. I don't think you get, like, your full...
Wall magic. Cantrip.
Yeah, you can make 1... Yeah, you can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action.
Yep.
So, make that swing, buddy. 18 will hit. And you have advantage because Yalar is behind it now. So either way, 18 will hit for 14 slashing damage as you knock off more of the rocks. And it glares at you. The white eyes begin to shift slightly. And you can tell its shifting has created a angered expression. It's now its turn, unless you move.
No.
You have half your movement because you stood up.
No, it's going to stay put.
All right. It's pissed. You made it mad, Nomu. But first off, it swings behind it. Yalar slams up against you. A 17. Does that hit you?
Actually, I was going to do this as a reaction.
Reaction, you're casting shields. You gain an additional bonus armor class. You have a +5 until the start of your next turn. You're able to avoid its slam attack. With that, it turns around and it tries to slam up against you, Nomu. I rolled a total of 15. Will that hit you?
Miss.
All right. It's going to step to the side to where it's still within your reach. So you're no longer getting that advantage on your attacks. You're not surrounding it anymore. But it doesn't step out of your threat range. So you both do not get attacks of opportunity. That is its turn. Yalar, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna do this. Cause fear.
All right, so one creature with range.
Oh
quickness,
no,
and
that's a
strength.
construct, isn't it?
Technically, I think it is. So
Yeah, that's a good question.
it is a good question because I don't know if an elemental is considered a construct. It doesn't say anything about that in the stats. Well, wait 1 second. So it's not immune to fear, but let me see. 5. Okay, yeah. So from what people are saying, elementals are natural and come from elemental planes, as where golems and constructs are made up and imbued with magic. So I would say it's not a construct.
Okay.
And that makes sense. I mean, elemental is coming from the elemental plane, so it's technically alive. It's a form of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, potentially you could cause to be afraid. It's not immune to fear, so
Okay.
I have to make a roll, right? What do I have to beat?
15.
I got a 16.
Wow.
Oh, and it has no bonus to its wisdom either.
Wow.
A straight up
Flat.
16. Yep.
Oh, get on out of here.
It does nothing.
Oh shit.
Anything else?
No. No, that is it.
Relno is going to come around. She can no longer see the Earth Elemental. Yalar is the doorway, and it's moved to the side of the doorway, so she can't see it. So she's going to come around. Watch out, Yalar! Watch out! I'm trying to see it. And from here, she can see part of it, and she's going to attempt to cast a spell. Nomu, are you still okay out there?
Yes, I'm good.
All right, I'm shooting another guiding bolt, and she's going to shoot out. Oh, Goddess Supreme, don't let me miss this time. And she shoots for 18, and that does damage the Earth Elemental for 10 radiant damage. You see chunks of its chest fly off as radiant energy hits the Earth Elemental. And with that, she goes, I got it this time. Yes! Oh, Nomu, you're up.
Nomu spits in the air and waves his hand, and it forms an ice knife.
Oh, okay. Ice knife.
So, 1 second. Just throwing that out there. And here we go. Oh, that's new. It's a, yeah, actually, what level you want to cast? Huh. Level 1, please.
All right. So just so you know, Nomu, Ice Knife has 2 parts to it. The first part.
I'm throwing it right here.
Okay, I just wanted you to be aware of that because the second part can potentially hit allies.
Yeah.
All right, so you rolled a 16 on Ice Knife. You need a 17.
Damn.
It does nothing, however. On a hit, it takes 1d10 piercing. Hit or miss, the shard still explodes. It needs to make a dex saving throw.
14.
And I rolled trash. I rolled 6. So it will take the exploding damage of 2d6 cold damage. So it takes 10 cold damage.
Yeah.
And with it taking the cold damage, that means... Oh, wait, no, this is not frost. So this does not slow its movement. It just takes cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, you still hit it. You just did 10 instead of 18.
All right.
So, all right. Anything else, Nomu?
Nope, that's my turn.
Nomu, it's going to try and slam you. Let's see here. I rolled an 18. Does that hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Yalar, it's going to also try and slam you. I'm going to roll a... Oh, that's 22.
Oh yeah.
All right. Both of you make me either acrobatics or athletics. Roll high.
We're doing athletics this time.
You need to beat an 18.
Oh!
Oh, 13 and a 6.
6.
All right. You both are grabbed as it slams its fists into both of your faces. You're each going to take the punch damage, but it's also grabbing you. Oh, God. Nomu, you take 9 damage.
Oh!
Yalar, you take 19 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
It picks you both up and slams you into each other.
Ah!
So I'm going to move you guys. As you both slam up against each other, let me make some bludgeoning damage here. You both now take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
As you both are hit, or as both your bodies smash up against one another, it lets go of the both of you. And it just glares the two of you. Yolar, you're up.
You really done pissed me off now.
Vampiric touch.
Ooh, okay. Spell attack against a creature. Oh, he got a 14. You need a 17, brother. That will
Shit.
miss. Sorry, brother.
No, it's fine. That's it.
Relanoa's turn. Relanoa just sees the two of you get picked up and slammed up against each other. She goes, "Oh, this is not good. This is not good." She is going to come around, and she is going to cast a spell. She is doing Mass Healing Word at level 3.
Oh,
She needs to heal you both. Oh wait, it's a 3rd level spell. Never mind. Never mind. She can only do you both heal 7.
all right.
With that, is a bonus action though, and her next spell is going to be a can only be a cantrip. So obviously she, unfortunately, she can't do another spell that's gonna be helpful for healing. That's not a cantrip. So she's just gonna swing her flail through the door at the creature or the earth elemental, trying to hit it. And that
Oh.
is a 6. She fails. Her flail slams against the body of the earth elemental, bounces right off, and she goes, "Oh." She thought she was about to do some damage. It bounces right off. That's not what she's used to seeing. Nomu, you're up.
Oh, Nomu's mad. He's doing do his limit break, man.
Okay.
Slashing righteously. Horizontal slash first.
21 will hit for 12 points of damage.
Coming in with the extra attack.
Another 22 for 10 points of damage. You are taking chunks of earth off of this earth elemental.
Action surge!
Oh, okay. Oh, another 21. 13 points of damage. You get another attack.
And the extra.
13 will not hit you. You do 17.
Either way.
Nets, cross slash.
As you do your Omni Slash, you take chunks off of its body. It begins to waver slightly as if it was off balance just momentarily, but it catches itself and it growls out in its odd earth-like tongue. You've pissed it off even more.
What are you mad for? You knocked on my door.
Do you stay there, Nomu, or go anywhere else?
Whew. Nomu is going to wrap around to his flank.
Okay, now you have advantage. All right.
Yep.
With that, it swings its arms wildly at you. You made it mad, Nobu. I'm sorry. You just did fucking, let's see, 12 plus 10. That's 22 plus 13. That's 35 damage to it in one go. It's mad.
Oh.
It's coming for you, bro. You pissed it off. The first slam attack is going to be a 17. Does that hit?
Oh, it hits.
You'll take, let's see here, 12 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Second attack is a 12. That's going to miss, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, it misses. And it's not... No, it'll stay there. It'll stay there. Yalara, what are you doing? Oh, God, Nomu's hurt.
Oof.
I'm gonna do this. This cantrip. Toll the dead.
Oh, that is a saving throw, isn't it? Must succeed on a
It was-
wisdom save. Let me roll my wisdom. I roll... Oh, my God. I'll roll an 18.
Wow.
Damn.
I think nothing happens if it succeeds.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, it's saved. Nothing happened. I'm sorry, bro.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, here, I feel bad. I feel
No.
bad because let me just send this to you so you can see. I'm not lying.
Rolling fire.
I am not lying to them. I promise. Oh, I can't show it to you guys, so I don't know. They won't let me
Uh-huh.
paste it. That must
Can-
be new.
You
I
can't
used-
drag or drop or
Nope,
anything.
I just tried to. I used to be able to on Roll20.
Convenient. So I'm just kidding.
Here. Let me post this in.
Oh yeah, you can't. Damn.
Here, Rod. Go to the Tavern's Caverns Discord and tell me what you see. What do you see?
Oh,
Earth Elemental. What's the
Oh.
ability?
yep. 18.
So now you know I'm not bullshitting you. All right, Yellow. Anything else?
Bonus action. He's gonna cast a Shadow Blade.
Okay. Is that an attack or is that just summoning the blade?
Summoning the blade.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it at level 3. So now the what if I do manage to hit, it will take
Additional
be
2d8.
3d8.
Oh, 3d8 seconds.
Yeah, since I cast it at level 3.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Rilla is going to step out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She can't get to you, Nomu. She's walking around the Earth Elemental to not leave its threat range. And she looks over at you. No! Nomu,
Yes,
you look hurt.
I've been better.
She is going to cast a spell. It's going to be called Beacon of Hope. It is an action. Actually, you know what? She's not going to do that, actually. No, she will do that. Beacon of Hope, anytime now that she can see anyone within distance, if she heals you, you gain the maximum she can heal you for. And you have
Oh.
advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Oh,
Beacon of Hope. If she heals you, I don't have to roll dice. You just get the max heal.
nice.
With that being the case, she will then use her bonus action to cast a normal healing word. Nomu, you'll be getting D4, you'll get 9 HP.
All right.
Maximum. I don't have to roll.
Awesome.
That's the best she can do right now. She'd heal you for more, but she needs to get closer to do cure wounds.
Oh, that'd be just enough.
Yep. That's her turn.
Whew. Nomu is going to trace a sigil in the air and swipe it away. He's going to use Blade Ward.
Blade Ward. All right, we know
Throw
what that
that up
does.
there. Yep. And since that's a cantrip, we're going War Magic. He's slashing.
Eat this!
25 will hit for 11 slashing damage. All right. It's still up, but it's hurt. You have a second attack.
Ooh. He's bringing the sword around for a fat sidearm swing.
18 for 15 damage. How do you destroy the earth elemental?
Ooh, he cuts diagonally into its chest, cleaving in it too.
As you cleave the earth elemental, you feel the energy from within the stone body escape as it almost explodes at this point. All the stone and rock fall to the ground as you feel that energy just fly past you. And it doesn't create a screaming, screeching sound or anything. You just hear the billowing of wind, the energy and the wind fly past your ears. And stone drops to the ground. You have defeated the earth elemental.
He sheathes the sword and looks at Yalar and Rilanoa and shakes his head.
Oh, by the goddess supreme, are you both okay? I saw things slam you guys together as if it was like Zangief or something.
Zang, what?
Zangief,
Who?
pro wrestler.
Never heard of him.
He's someone that has gone against. Have you heard of Handyman Savage?
Handyman.
The Handyman, the wrestler, the Handyman Savage.
Oh, he's famous.
Yes, he's from Galakrond's End. Yes, Zangief went against him one day.
I don't believe it.
And seeing the Earth Elemental grab the two of you and slamming you together reminded me of that match. It was a wild one, actually. Fun one to see.
I'd like to forget all that, please. I'm going to go in and go get my soup.
No more slipping so loud.
Yeah, I think that's our fault, Yalar. The slurping and then me slipping and kind of making a racket. I think that's the reason the Earth Elemental attacked us. They're typically neutral. I think it would have walked past us if it didn't hear us, but the fact that it heard us, I think it pissed it off.
I'll say. Yanked my ass out of there.
It did. Kind of like a giant yanking you as well. Let's hope we don't come across any more of these Earth Elementals. I mean, it is fairly easy to avoid them. However, you can't really convince them to not attack you once you've pissed it off, unfortunately.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Should we get back in the cabin? Make sure the door's locked again? It is
Oh,
spooky out here. It is pure darkness out here, by the way.
Yeah, I like your idea.
All right.
Just going right back inside, slump in his chair.
Put the bar down on the door, lock it.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys step back into the cabin, you've destroyed the Earth Elemental, gained that EXP, locked the door. You'll be able to get your full night's rest here, get your spells back and whatnot. But we got some more stuff to do in the cabin before we get to that part. But at this point in time, we'll go ahead and say that will end this episode of Taverns and Caverns.
Oh, man. It's a good episode.
Man, I was rolling like trash.
You were. I'm sorry, bro.
It's
That's why I felt bad when I rolled an 18. I was like, dude, I got to show Rod because I feel like he might think I'm just bullshitting. No, man, I rolled that 18.
no, it's like seriously, like the last 3 games I've played on Roll20, I've been rolling like shit.
That's not good. That's
I don't know what's happening.
You were getting some of
Must
my
have-
luck when I had was Holta. Yeah.
But good games, guys. Rob, it seems like you're really enjoying season 3 right now because the last 3 sessions, or 2, including this one being the third, you've said at the end, it's a good session. You liking Yalar and Relanoa? They're not the normal Cat and Co, but I think Nomu's starting to get used to these two.
Yeah, I'm getting into the groove of this team. I'm like, oh yeah.
So, Yalara's the awkward one. Relanoa's a crazy one, but they
It works.
they do their job in combat.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, I mean, Relanoa can't miss her healing, so that's a plus. She just roll low on a healing. Good stuff, guys. Good game.
Yep.
Thanks again, everyone, for listening to another episode of Taverns and Caverns. This is your Dungeon Master, Haphazard DM. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM.
This is Robert Jones. I play Nomu the Monstrous.
You can find me on YouTube, Trubone, Trubone.
This is Rodimus. You can find me on Twitter at Rodimus7901 or at Blue Sky at Rodimus83.
All right. Those are our players for this season of Taverns and Caverns, Path B. And don't forget to check out the Taverns and Caverns Patreon for exclusive content that you won't want to miss. Until next time, guys, on Taverns and Caverns. Take care.